Hey, what's good, guys? Welcome back to Headlocks and Hot Packs. It is Tuesday night trivia, and as you can see, my quest for perfection continues tonight with another edition of Wrestling Jeopardy. This is the 14th time, I believe, I have given this a shot. Last time was a WCW episode, and I did probably about as bad as I've done on any of these. So make sure you go back and check that one out and have a laugh at my pain. But for tonight, no idea what this one is all about. I don't think this is a special edition, but I never really know until we get into it. And I'm also very far behind on this, so if there's any holiday ones, I'm always usually really far behind. But before we get into it, make sure you hit that thumbs up and, of course, subscribe to the channel. And as always, feel free to play along and give Wrestle Trivia a look-see over on their YouTube channel as well. But here we go, Wrestling Jeopardy. Trying for the perfect score again.
Hello again, wrestling fans, and welcome to Wrestling Jeopardy. My name is Kevin J. Callis.
Yep.
And it's time once again to play the game. So let's go to the board and check out the categories you'll be quizzed on, starting with hairiest wrestlers, followed by...
All right, hold up. My bad, guys. I didn't realize. Let's get the closed caption off.
Mullets Rock.
So this one's all
And
about
then
hair for some
Mohawks Rule,
reason.
Afro-tastic. And last but certainly not least for my follically challenged friends out there, bald is beautiful. And if this is your first time playing, thanks for stopping by. And if you're a veteran of Wrestling Jeopardy, well, welcome back. Here are the not-so-extreme rules on your screen right now, so you understand exactly how to play this interactive play-along trivia competition where you're the contestant.
I'm going to go out there today and manhandle these waves, just like
I basically
I'm
do the same rules, but
all right, so here we go. Let's kick things off with the 200-point round of Wrestling Jeopardy, the easiest round. One of the most recognizable faces of the 1980s wrestling boom, this animal had so much body hair that he might as well have been wearing a Sasquatch suit.
Who is George the Animal Steel? Mine?
And that would be the one and only George the Animal Steel. Which brings us to Mullets Rock for 200. Before he lied, cheated, and stole in a crew cut, this late wrestler was Latino heaped in a mullet.
Who is Eddie Guerrero? You better get that one.
The answer we're looking for here is Eddie Guerrero.
Hey, vatos. What can I say?
Moving on to Mohawks Rule for 2. There ain't nothing nasty about the Mohawk mullets of these former AWA, WCW, and WWF Tag Team Champions.
Who are the Nasty Boys? If he didn't say nasty, then
and the correct answer here, Brian Knobbs and Jerry Sags. Who are the Nasty Boys?
Road Warriors.
We're on to Afro-tastic for 200. This brash second-generation superstar made his Afro-tastic debut in October 2004 when he beat John Cena for the United States Championship on SmackDown.
But I don't want to jinx myself. Who is Carlito Caribbean Cool?
One of the coolest debuts in WWE history. The correct answer here is Carlito Caribbean Cool. And let's finish up the 200-point round with Bald is Beautiful. The special stipulation for the CM Punk versus Rey Mysterio match at WWE Over the Limit 2010 stated that Rey would join this faction if Punk won, and that Punk would lose his hair otherwise.
What is the Straight Edge Society?
Boop, boop, boop. And that would be the Straight Edge Society.
Did you sweep the opening round? Comment below if you did.
Here comes hairiest wrestlers now for 400.
Pick it up a
the
little.
The hairiest wrestler of all time would have to be Terrible Ted, because Ted was this type of animal species.
What is a bear?
Terrible Ted was a black bear.
Oh, boy.
And I'll give you extra credit if you specifically said he was a Canadian-American black bear, which doesn't really make any sense to me. You're either one or the other. Why don't they just say he's a North American black bear? We're
Wrong
on
kind
to
of Ted
Mullets
there.
Rock for 400.
That was a wild
Sadly,
guess.
the tandem of mullets known as the Rockers infamously broke up in 1991. Ironically enough,
Come
on the
on,
set
man.
of this WWF talk show hosted by Brutus, the effing Barber Beefcake.
What is the barber shop? He's wearing the shirt, y'all. He's wearing the shirt.
And that famous incident is depicted on my shirt. Thank you,
Gave it
homage.
away.
The correct answer here is the barber shop.
If you're gonna give away answers,
Moving on to
do it
Mohawk's
later.
Rule for 400. Terry Taylor fully
That's usually
embraced
when I get
this
nipped.
WWF gimmick by dyeing a tuft of his hair red and spiking it straight up to look like the animal he'd stolen his name from.
What is... Wait, look like the animal? What is a rooster? It's the red rooster, obviously.
How could anybody forget about the Red Rooster?
It'll be a great day in the barnyard, and everybody be going, "Arr, arr, arr, arr."
And that
was
brings
so
us to
awful,
Afrotastic
man.
for 4.
Why would he even
Frightening audiences by
do
speaking
that?
in their
Try to
ancient
get that
tongue
over.
and consuming raw fish. This Afrotastic tag team are OG tribal chiefs of the bloodline.
It could be... Oh, wait. No. It's... What are the Wild Samoans? Or who are the Wild
And the
Samoans?
correct answer, Afa and
I almost was
Sika,
thinking
who
head
are the
shrinkers there for
Wild
a second.
Samoans. And we're on to the final
But they didn't
clue
really
of the
have
400-point round.
afros,
Bald
both
is
of them,
beautiful.
I
The
don't think.
WWE Women's Championship match at WrestleMania 20 between Victoria and this wrestler remains the only instance of a female superstar losing her hair on a WWE pay-per-view.
Who is Molly Holly? I'm pretty sure... I think I saw she said that she pitched that.
And that would be
Yeah.
Molly Holly.
All right. How
All
are
right,
you
10
doing?
questions
Let me know down below.
15 to go,
Did you
plus
sweep the
Final
second?
Jeopardy and a daily double is floating around
I'm
out
at
there.
3,000 so
Let's kick
far.
off the
That's what
600-point
you should
round
have if
with
you've got
hairiest
everything right.
wrestlers. In late
Picking
2002,
up
when
more.
Prince Albert renamed himself this and debuted new wrestling gear, fans often chanted "shave your back" at him due to his hairy torso.
Who is A-Train?
Correct answer here. Who
Yes. All
is
right, we'll take it.
A-Train?
I was almost thinking like...
Brings us to Mullets Rock
Hip
for
Hop
600.
maybe? 'Cause
This
that was
Native
before
American superstar
A-Train.
is most remembered for his war dance and near 2-year undefeated streak, but I'd like to call attention to his memorable mullet.
Who is Tatanka? His Hasbro is... down there somewhere.
Who is Tatanka, or
Look at
Tatanka
him blowing
Buffalo,
that-
or Chris
blowing that ish
Chavez.
out.
Moving on to Mohawks for
Who
6.
remembers his, like,
In his final
2006
WWE
return
match, this
run?
Mohawked warrior defeated Paul Burchill on the May 6th, 2006 episode of Velocity.
Who is Road Warrior Animal?
R.I.P. to the late, great Road Warrior Animal.
They took the face
We're on
paint
to
off him at that time.
Afrotastic for
and,
6. This dancing
looked like he
Dominican
was in
wasn't
the
quite
Village
an
People. Go back
Afrotastic
and watch
ass
it on
kicker,
Peacock.
but he never met a conga line he didn't enjoy leading.
Oh, who is No Way Jose? I got a kick out of him. I don't know. He made me laugh.
With one of the most underrated WWE theme songs, in my personal opinion, the
I
correct
agree.
answer here is
I
No Way
agree.
Jose. And we're finishing
That
up
one,
the
I don't know. That one
600-point
just hit my
round.
funny
Bald
bone for
is
some reason.
beautiful. This former wrestling executive has lost his luscious locks in not 1, not 2, but 3 different promotions.
Who is Eric Bischoff?
And that would be none
Boy,
other than
you almost
Easy
got me on
E
that one.
himself, Eric Bischoff.
Look at this dude.
Now, if you're having as much fun as
Dude.
I am, make sure you hit that subscribe button and also click on the ringy-dingy bell
Yes, do all of
notification
those
icon
things.
so you always
All
get
right, I'm at
notified whenever we
6,000.
come out with a brand new
We have
episode
done everything
of
right so
Wrestling
far,
Jeopardy,
so if
which
you're
is
playing along,
every weekend.
That's what you should have for a
as long as
total
I can keep it up.
well.
That's what she said.
And
If
we're
you're
on to
playing
the
like how I'm
800-point
playing, I
round
guess,
with
which is by myself.
the clue from hairiest wrestlers. The rough and tough combination of Bobby Jagger and this hairy
Bobby
furball
Jaggers.
formed the team of the Kansas Jayhawks.
Who is Dirty Dutch Mantel? Give me this one.
I've always thought this dude was the hairiest wrestler in wrestling.
Yep.
The correct answer here
Yes.
is Dirty Dutch
We'll take it.
Mantel. Brings us to mullets for 8.
This is usually when
From
I
his
start
days
tripping
with
up.
Demolition to his solo career, this wrestler was able to make his mullet look both manly and as cool as a Hawaiian breeze.
Who is Crush?
Shaka, brah. The correct answer.
Yes, brother.
Who is Crush?
Pineapple Head.
Moving on
Gonna
to
Crush.
Mohawk's rule for 800.
I don't know why I rolled my R there. All right, here's the daily double.
Ooh,
I'm
yeah.
at
Here we
7,600.
go. The daily double has been found. Think
I really
about
just wanna
how
get it
much
right.
you know about wrestling Mohawks and place your wager right now.
I'll do half, so 3,800. Mostly I just want to get this correct though. That's the primary mission here.
All right, and this week's daily double clue from Mohawk's rule. On October 4th, 1987, this Mohawked monster won
Yep.
what was technically
I got
the
it.
first ever Royal
trying to do
Rumble
the math
at a
here.
house show in St. Louis, Missouri.
Who is the one-man gang? Come on, give me.
Now,
I
this
don't
was
need that
a
much
test
time.
run of the Royal Rumble that would take place
then he
and
was the
debut
runner-up,
in
the
January of
Hacksaw.
1998. This Rumble only consisted of 12 superstars, but the winner from Chicago, Illinois,
one-man
the master
gang.
of the 747 Splash,
AKA Akeem,
who is
the
the
African
one-man
Dream.
gang.
All right, I'm not. Gonna,
And we're on
well,
to
I'll try to show
Afrotastic
it, but
for
I'm at
8.
15,200.
Naomi made her Afrotastic return at the 2020 Women's Royal Rumble match, lasting over 22 minutes and eliminating this many superstars.
Really? Who would know that? I'm gonna say 2.
This might be a trick question, but
What
the
the
answer
hell?
is a big fat goose egg, 0.
That's
And
so
let's finish up
erroneous
the
on
800-point round. Bald.
on your part.
It's
there.
beautiful.
Callous.
After Kurt Angle
Damn
defeated
it, man.
Edge during their first pay-per-view match at WWE Backlash 2002, a rematch was set up at this pay-per-view with a hair versus hair stipulation.
What is Judgment Day?
And the answer we're looking for,
not
it's
sure.
not the current WWE faction.
Yes. All right.
The pay-per-view
we'll take that.
was called Judgment
He
Day.
got me on the Naomi eliminations. I almost said 0 too. That
And
sucks.
now it's
That's
time
the one that
we've
got
reached
me.
the most difficult
so far.
round in
Now we're at the
Wrestling
end.
Jeopardy. The
So I'm at
1,000-point round. The
16,000
steel
total
cage
with the
begins to
daily double.
lower. The ominous music
know how you're
begins to
doing so
play.
far.
Time to get your thinking caps on with these final 5 clues before Final Jeopardy. Kicking it off with hairiest wrestlers. This second-generation woolly wrestler was part of the Puerto Rican stable Los Boricuas, alongside Jesus Castillo, Jose Estrada, and Savio Vega.
Who is Miguel Perez? Give me this one.
Who is Miguel
taking it.
Perez Jr.?
I didn't have Junior, but I'm
He is
taking
a
it.
hairy bastard.
Brings us
He
to
was.
Mullets Rock for
He was
1,000.
indeed Dutch.
In June 2001, this wrestler made his WWE debut sans mullet,
Oh, I know
but
this one,
still
too.
defeated Rhino for the hardcore title, making him the first WCW superstar to win a championship in WWE.
He wasn't a fat chick thriller anymore, but who is Mike Awesome? Short hair.
I know he didn't have a mullet at the time, but he had the greatest, most glorious Kentucky waterfall I've ever seen. The
Kentucky
correct answer
waterfall.
here, who is Mike Awesome?
A WCW competitor.
Yeah, I was gonna say he hit him.
WWF.
He hit him from behind and like the.
Moving on to the final clue of Mohawk's
I
rule.
don't even know what that was. It's
Kevin
not the
Nash
parking
briefly
lot,
rocked an
technically.
orange mohawk in early 1990s WCW while wrestling as Steel, one half of the Master Blasters, with the late Al Green,
Oh,
who was
man.
called this.
Steel and. I don't got it. I don't have it.
Nash's
I can't
first
think of
tag
it.
team partner was some dude named Iron. He wrestled for about a month, and then Al Green
Blade,
replaced him.
damn it.
And he was called Master
we got two
Blaster
wrong.
Blade. We're on to Afrotastic for 1,000. In mid-2008, this Afrotastic Atlas made his main roster debut on the ECW brand, defeating Armando Estrada and establishing himself as the Latin Assassin.
Who is Ricky Ortiz?
This dude is probably the most forgotten wrestler of the 2000s in WWE.
Is he?
The correct answer is
Is
Ricky
he? I didn't
Ortiz.
forget. I remembered.
And let's finish up the regular Jeopardy round. The final clue from Paul
Pepperidge
is
Farm
Beautiful.
remembers.
The biggest little rivalry in WWE history kicked off the 2014 Payback pay-per-view when Hornswoggle tangled with this wrestler in an ultra-rare mask versus hair mask.
Who is El Torito? It has to be El Torito.
Oh, the WWE PG era, such fun. The answer here is El Torito.
Hey, WLC was pretty entertaining.
Hey, congratulations, you did it. You made it through 25 clues. Hopefully you didn't get
wrong,
any
damn it.
gray hairs sprouting from your temples. But right
Yeah, no,
now,
I already got those going.
things get a little bit more difficult. It's Final Jeopardy time. Yo, Jimmy, hit me with that Final Jeopardy clue. Musical
All right, so
gimmicks.
that's my total. I think
Since
you guys
the
can
days
see.
of the
I've got
wrestling
20,000.
beetle George Ringo, certain
Too
gimmicks
wrong.
have been inspired by musical trends that either shake, rattle, and roll,
Did you
or
beat me going
hardly
into
rock
Final
at
Jeopardy?
all.
Let me know
All right, so
down
think about
below.
wrestling musical gimmicks and place your Final Jeopardy wager right now.
I'm gonna just bet everything because I've already gotten 2 wrong, and so it's been mission failure. Really.
All right, time's up.
since
Here comes
Naomi
the
question.
Final Jeopardy clue for this episode. Portrayed as a drifter who often used music to mock his opponents or fans in attendance, Elias
Oh, I got
joined the WWE main roster in 2017 and in the process dropped this last name. Good luck.
He was the drifter Elias Sampson. Samsonite.
Portrayed
was
as a
Samson.
drifter who often used music to mock his opponents or fans in attendance, Elias joined the WWE main roster in 2017 and in the process dropped this last name. Unfortunately for Elias or Ezekiel or Elijah, which is what he's going by now on the independent circuit, he wasn't quite a Goliath in the WWE. However, the last name that he dropped
Yep.
when he moved from NXT to the main roster was
Samsonite. I was
Samson.
way off.
And that does it for another.
All right, well, crap on this. I got 2 wrong that time. That Naomi question, if you guys got that one, props to you. But hopefully everyone can see that is what we finished off with. If you beat my score, let me know down below. And no perfection this time around, which means we will continue to keep trying because just like a stubborn bull, that's what I do. Actually, that's what Mark Henry says. But hopefully you guys enjoyed it. That's all I've got for you tonight, and have a good night. I'll see you on the next one.